Hey babes, and welcome back to another episode of Thanks for Stopping By, baby. Welcome back to the fucking show where I get this. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret here. I've changed the set again. But I promised I had a reason for it. Literally in the last episode I said, I was like, okay, this is where the set's going to be. I got my fucking desk. So it'll be here and that'll be it. It'll be good. And then I got a bed, if you can see directly behind me, right here. Whatever. For audio listeners only, I got a bed that's kind of in frame. So I had to just scooch everything over a little bit. And so while I promised I wouldn't change the set, I'm glad that I lied to you because I actually like this set a lot better. Ignore the plate over there. But yeah, welcome back to the podcast. I am just so hot and sweaty. I don't know why, and I don't like it. It makes me sad, makes me upset that it's so fucking hot in here. Dude, okay. Right off the bat, I gotta, I gotta talk about something. First, I need to say this. So usually, to give you a little inside scoop, to Thanks for Stopping By Productions over here. I usually record these episodes Tuesday. I record the podcast on Tuesday, and then, that gives me a day. Wednesday to edit it and then put it up Thursday. That way I'm not like recording and then re-listening to the same shit right away. But I was doing other stuff yesterday, so I was like, oh, I've been staying up till like 6, 7 a.m. the past couple of weeks. So I was like, oh, I'll just record really late tonight, whatever. I'll still have plenty of time Wednesday to edit. And then I watched Garrett Watts's his new video where he goes to St. Ignatius again, because I've seen the video like 10 times. And then I got too scared to sit in my room alone with earphones on, with my headphones on to record. So I just didn't. I just didn't fucking do that, So instead I'm recording this the day I have to edit it, which is super cool. I love that. Yeah. So yeah, that video, by the way, if you haven't seen it, go watch it because it's so fucking scary. Garrett Watts is one of my favorite YouTubers. And he did a video recently where him and his friend Andrew went into St. Ignatius, which is one. I think he said it was like the 7th most haunted location in the world or something like that. And so they went inside by themselves and investigated every floor, and it's fucking terrifying. I hate it. If you've listened to this podcast for a while, you know that I am a firm believer in the paranormal. I've had a plethora of experiences throughout my entire life. So yeah, watching that was kind of a problem. And, but here's the thing. It scared the shit out of me the first time I watched it. Because I like to watch ghost stuff a lot. So me and Ryan, we watched it together and we put headphones on for it, which was a mistake, but we did. Because we wanted to be able to see if we heard anything. And like, even though the video literally scares the shit out of me, I've continued to watch it like almost every day. I've seen it so many times. Because it's a really good fucking video. It's a Garrett video. It's about ghosts, and it's a huge inspiration on how I want to make content. So I've seen it a bunch, and it scares me every time, and it scared me last night, which is why I'm recording now. But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, please go watch it because it's spooky as fuck. And fucking I don't know how I thought of this. This is probably one of my worst segues I think I've ever had in my life. Um, but I've been watching a lot of wrestling lately because something to throw on. I've been trying to go back and watch some old-ish pay-per-views. Don't want to get canceled. If this upsets you, I'm sorry, but I actually really don't like old wrestling. You know, like a lot of wrestling fans will talk to me and they'll be like, yeah, I remember watching fucking Hogan versus Savage or Lex Luger versus fucking this guy and like all these old things, and they're like, yeah, what was your favorite? And I'm like, dude, I'm 23. I didn't fucking watch that shit. you know, when I grew up watching wrestling, it was like Cena versus The Rock. Chris Jericho was fucking wrestling, Rhino. Like it was like I watched like that era, like the Cena era, the ruthless aggression era, so to say, and some of the Attitude Era. I guess there was like a mix of that. But yeah, people get really mad when I say I don't like old wrestling, because it's what they remember from their childhood being good, and that's totally fine because that's how nostalgia works. You love the things that make you feel like, oh fuck, I remember that. This was so good. I remember how I felt at this time, and I felt really excited. That's fine. Nostalgia is fine. But like, if you actually go back and watch old wrestling, it sucks, dude. like from a wrestling standpoint, it's bad. It sucks. Like you'll watch it and be like, why the fuck is he there? Like, what is this placement? And like, the heat sucks, and it's a nightmare. And like, I hate that that's like a hot take, but I don't like watching old wrestling personally. If you do, that's fine. If you hate the generation I came up with, or if you hate the product now, I don't watch the product anymore. Ever since back in my day, it wasn't good. Ever since the days of Smoky Mountain. Whatever era of wrestling or whatever brand of wrestling you like is valid and fine. You're allowed to like whatever the fuck you want. Don't let like some fucking loser on Twitter tell you that your opinion sucks because you don't like watching, wrestling from the 20s. But yeah, anyway, my point, I was watching, and I don't know why I chose this match, but I was just like, we had just finished Money in the Bank, which was this past weekend. Solid pay-per-view. It was fun. I had a good time. Peacock sort of dropped the ball on that one, huh? Did y'all watch it? Anyone who's not a wrestling fan that listens to my podcast, like, just hang on with me for the next couple minutes because I gotta talk my shit real quick. I was watching the pay-per-view on Peacock because WWE Network doesn't exist anymore. You can't use a VPN to use the foreign versions of it anymore. So I was doing what I do. Went on Peacock because the only fucking reason I have a Peacock subscription is for the WWE. The second WWE goes back to using the network, no longer going to have a Peacock account, tell you that. But I was watching the pay-per-view and it was going fine. Every once in a while there'd be like a little line glitch, or something, or like some audio would drop out, but it wasn't anything that hadn't happened on the network before, right? And then come time for the men's Money in the Bank match, one of the two matches that the pay-per-view was fucking named after. The Money in the Bank. Here we go. That's what we're here for, baby. And there's a promo with fucking Matt Riddle and some fucking guy with a guitar who I guess plays the guitar for Shinsuke. I think he's from the Old Spice commercials. I don't know. If you're not a wrestling fan, just hang on with me. I promise I'm going to start saying stuff that makes sense to you in a moment. Just let me get through this. But they fucking... So they're doing a promo or something, and oh boy, it is so glitchy that it is legitimately unwatchable. Like, I don't mean just like the pictures blacking out. It is like if you took a fucking fork to a DVD and then put it in the fucking DVD player. Like, it is brutally unwatchable. And obviously I'm a little frustrated because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm wondering, is it a problem with my internet? No, I check it out. No, internet's working fine. Okay, it must be a problem with the broadcast. They're definitely going to fix it, right? And then I go on Twitter. Literally everyone is tweeting about it. Everyone's having the same problem. So I'm going, okay, this is definitely a problem with Peacock. Like, they can't handle it. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? They've been, like, WWE has been broadcasting wrestling for 1.5 million fucking years. So, like, how is this happening? And it turns out what's happening is because you can't use a VPN to say you're in another country to use the WWE Network anymore, because WWE Network is available everywhere except the US. The US is the only one. We're the only ones who have to use Peacock. So people in other countries can use the network still. It still exists for them, which, like, so jealous of y'all. Hey, I totally understand why people used a fucking VPN. But they banned that. You can't do that anymore for some reason. And so everyone who wanted to watch Money in the Bank had to go subscribe to Peacock because you can't use a VPN anymore. And Peacock could not handle the amount of new users on their site. How fucking gnarly is that? Peacock is such a streaming service that has had such a low subscriber base that now that everyone who wants to watch WWE had to sub to them, they were unprepared for the amount of people who wanted to watch Money in the Bank. So the site fucking crashed essentially. And it kept glitching well, like 3 or 4 minutes into the match. For some people, even longer, because I had Ryan fucking, she was going nuts researching it. She was like trying to get to the bottom of it, and she found a thread of somebody saying that Peacock had fixed it. All you have to do is just restart the app. And so I went, I restarted it, and then it was working fine. I missed the first like 4 minutes of a ladder match, which was not my favorite thing, but I was like, okay, I have it on demand afterwards. I can go watch it again. But yeah, like the first, with like all the entrances in the first like 4 or 5 minutes of the match were just completely unwatchable because Peacock couldn't handle how many people wanted to watch the show. And people are obviously not happy about that because they pay money for this thing and they want it to work. And so, yeah, sorry, that was like completely tangential, but I just wanted to talk about that because it was so fucking, I don't think I've ever been more stressed out in my life. Because mind you, for me, this was like coming off of like 8 pure days of shitty days. Like, I was just having a shit week. Everything was going to shit. It was such a fucking nightmare. And I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to wake up Sunday. I've been going to bed at like 7 or 8 a.m. So I'll wake up in the PMs and it'll be close enough to the pay-per-view. I can just wake up, make some food, enjoy my day. I'm just going to take the day off from working on stuff to watch this pay-per-view and relax and have a good time. And the one thing I wanted to do on my like relaxed day got fucked up. So I was like in despair. I was so sad. But it got fixed, and then we watched it, and it was fine. Oh. Whoo, fuck. I should not be drinking something carbonated during my podcast. But mama needs caffeine. Yeah. fuck? But yeah, so we watched that, and that made me want to start watching some other wrestling stuff. I was watching some old NXT stuff. And then I got the weird desire, and I still don't know where this came from. But I got the weird desire to watch the John Cena versus The Rock from, I think it's Mania 228, I think. Don't know why I picked that. I'll be super upfront. I have no fucking clue what made me want to watch that one. But I did. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this match. And that's that. And so, I was watching it, and they did one of their, their WrestleMania shots where they show the entire fucking stadium. And Ryan was kind of in and out watching it with me, and I was like, shit, dude, like, imagine being way the fuck up there. Like, I'm terrified of heights. I'm deathly afraid of heights. I think I've talked about that before many times. So I was just like, God, dude, imagine paying that much money and being all the fucking way up there. Which, like, by the way, if you like doing that, power to you. But I'm never going to pay as much money as it costs to go to something like WrestleMania and sit 400 miles away. And A, be afraid of heights the whole time, and C, still be watching it on a big TV, And I know what everyone's going to say. You're fucking typing away in the comments right now. I can hear you. You know how keyboards sound. Keyboards. Oh, no. Maybe I don't need more caffeine, Hey. I can hear you fucking typing away right now. Now that bit's done, I can hear you typing again. You're saying, oh, hey, fuck you, it's about the atmosphere. Okay? It's not about the seeing the match and actually seeing the wrestlers in person at the live event in person. It's about watching it on a big TV next to a bunch of people you don't know, where everything's too expensive and you can't get to the bathroom. Duh. Yeah, that's what you sound like in your little comments, okay? About the atmosphere. You know what atmosphere I like more? My fucking house. My room. The atmosphere where I'm 2 feet away from the bathroom and I can have any snacks I want for free. You want nachos? I'll make them for you. You want a pizza? Guess what? Boop, boop, boop. One phone call away. You want a fucking hot dog? Pick some up at the grocery store. Hey, I don't know why I said it like that. Hey, you want a fucking dog? We'll fucking pick one up at the store, huh? But you know what I mean? Fucking, again, it's preference, but like, I'd much rather just pay the $10 a month. And here's the thing. I get why people do it. I really do. I understand that for some people it's the event itself, being there and spending all kinds of money on bullshit and being in a live crowd that everyone's screaming, Hey, that's fine. But I don't like being in big groups of people like that. And also am poor. So I don't want to do that, And if you like that experience, you know where you can get that for A, a lot cheaper, and B, sit way closer? Indie shows. Oh. Go to an indie show, dude. You can pay $20 and sit in like row 4. Row 1 if you get there early enough. They're all the same fucking price for most of the shows. And you can be hooting and hollering with everybody in the crowd. Even snacks, guess what? Candy bars are $1. Hot dogs are $2 instead of 8 for a fucking ballpark frank. Not even like a Polish sausage. Fucking hell. What does this show become? Where I'm fucking I'm questioning the prices of sausages, you know? It's hard. Running a podcast is hard. But yeah, dude. I was like, here we go, put the train back on the tracks, baby. Yeah, I was like, what? Like, can you imagine being up there? And then Ryan, she was like, oh, I've sat up that high for something before. And I'm assuming she's gonna say it's a concert. Maybe she went and saw monster trucks. She saw fucking Gravedigger out there. Room, room. Fucking, everybody remembers Gravedigger, You remember the haunted house themed fucking monster truck? Honestly, that's kind of bars. For sure. Like, monster trucks are silly, but like a haunted house themed monster truck, that's kind of cool. That's, if I do, it's pretty groovy. If I do say so myself. And I don't, but I do. But so I was curious. I was like, oh, what did you go to? What type of event? And I love this woman very much. She's my wife. We live together. She's my romance partner, and she is also my comedic partner. But hey, after she said these words to me, had to reconsider everything. And you're right now. You're sitting there at home. I see you're fucking typing again. Stop typing. You're sitting there going, hey, you're being fucking dramatic. That's your wife. You can't talk about your wife like that. First of all, yes, I can. Because you're not my fucking guardian, okay? I don't see you signing my field trip slip. So don't tell me what to fucking do. Second off, you're going to agree with me once I tell you what this event was. Because she looks me dead in my eyes. And after everything we've been through, all of the moments we've shared together, all the time we've spent with each other, this woman looks me in my eyes and says, oh, I sat that high up at an event called Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huckjam. Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huck Jam. And I had to sit there for a moment in pause, frozen. And the only thing I can think was, what in fuck's name is a Boom Boom Huck Jam? And the saddest part about this whole story was I never really got an answer. I'm sitting here now, and I still really don't know what a Boom Boom Huck Jam is. And if you're sitting at home and send it my way. Send me a quick. Now you are allowed to type. I approve. Because I need someone to tell me what the fuck Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huck Jam is. What do they do there? What does Tony do there? What does Tony Hawk do in general? And what is a fucking Huck Jam? And why is it going boom boom? You know, to be honest, I'm frightened to know. You can't just call something that, man. I know it's Tony Hawk. I know he's like one of the whitest dudes in the world. But Boom Boom Huckjam, really? They were allowed to name an event that. That's fucking bonkers to me, dude. I don't know, man. We gotta look it up, right? We for sure gotta look it up. Hold on. So, Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huckjam, presented by T-Mobile Sidekick. Oh no! Hey, fucking, of course, it was sponsored by the Sidekick. Do you remember those phones? They were like the big ones. They look like fucking Power Ranger morphers, and you would flip the screen up, and it would go. What? You know? The most Tony Hawk phone. The one, it looked like a fucking PSP. So, of course, T-Mobile Sidekick sponsoring. Starring Tony Hawk. You know? Because, of course, it's Tony Hawk's. It's his Huckjam. So let's not forget that. It takes some of the biggest names in action sports on the road to 24 cities this summer, kicking off in San Antonio, Texas. Excuse me. The tour features some of the most exciting athletes from the world of skateboarding, BMX, and freestyle Moto X, along with the popular radio personality MC Jason Ellis. I don't know who that is. Is it literally just fucking come watch us skateboard? Dude, who fucking approved this? So there's a movie called Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Sabotage, which is different from the Huckjams. And it's like a 3D animated movie, and it's the fucking worst. I hate it so much. Okay, well, we're going to exit out of that. You know what? I no longer want to know what Huckjam is. Oh my fucking god, dude. What a nightmare. Well, you know what? We're gonna get fucking Salem Ellison's Boom Boom Huckjam going. Tony can't stop me. We're gonna get our own Huckjam going. All the babes are invited. We're getting the fucking Boom Boomist Huckjam. We're getting Salem Ellison's Boom 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 Want You in My Room Huckjam. 3. It's the third one. Didn't even have the first 2. That's how crazy this one's going to be. It's going to be such a fucking booming Huckjam that we skipped the first 2. You know? We didn't even need 1 and 2. Fucking Salem Ellie's fucking Boom 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 I Want You in My Room Huckjam 3. The sequel. The squeakquel. Remember when that was a joke online? Just saying the squeakquel after stuff because that was a funny name for a chipmunk movie. What a time, comedy, huh? What a time for comedy. Just being like, oh, I wish they made fucking SpongeBob 2 the squeakquel. Wow. You really got me with that one, Jared. Love you, brother. Does anyone still listen to my show? Probably not. Oh my god. Speaking of fucking white kids. Speaking of white people. I'm drinking you ever been to the store and you see that there's like long thin bottles, they're called sparkling ice. You know, they're like really, really long, thin bottles, and they're like fruit punch flavor or like orange mango. It's not quite LaCroix. LaCroix's like sparkling water. That shit's fucking gross. If you like LaCroix, sure. But I think it tastes like someone sneezed raspberry on some carbonated water, and it makes me want to vom. So I don't drink it. I drink sparkling ice. It's like the mid-ground between soda and LaCroix. It is very flavored. It is flavored water that is carbonated. But they have ones that are caffeinated now, which seems like a problem. And of course, so because I heard that, of course I immediately bought the caffeinated one. And it's pretty fucking tasty. But possible side effects are acting how I am now. So be wary. Possible side effects, getting a little kooky. I make my fucking self want to throw up. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. I want you to know genuinely how fucked up that, like how fucked up I got after watching that Garrett video. Because I keep hearing noises. I'm pretty sure it's just my roommates being fucking crazy loud upstairs. But like, I could have swore just now it sounded like someone was unzippering a backpack right behind my ear. And it scared the shit out of me. I'm convinced. Okay, I think I've talked about this before. I live in a basement, so I'm under the ground. That's how basements work. I'm 100% convinced this basement is haunted. But weirdly enough, it's not like in here. Like the cutoff is the door, and like just outside the door, like that part of the basement's haunted. I've seen stuff in there, and I've talked about it before on my podcast. I've had so many fucking experiences I can't even begin to explain to you how much I believe in the paranormal. But like I'm convinced to the point where like I think shit has followed me throughout my life. Because I've met so many people who like didn't ever experience anything paranormal until they met me. But you know, hey, I'm just gonna keep being in this haunted basement and probably still keep watching haunted videos in my haunted basement. So that's pretty cool, you know. That's just how we do out here, you know. It's that's the kind of crazy stuff you come to the Thanks for Stopping By podcast for. Well, this was a hoot and a half, y'all. I gotta say, this was quite a night out on the town with y'all. Yeah. So, thanks for listening. I appreciate it so much. I love doing the fucking podcast, man. It's literally like one of the biggest highlights of my week. So I'm very happy that I get to come and talk to y'all on here. Yeah. So thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel for podcasts. I do this weekly, every Thursday at 10 a.m., baby. We'll be here goofing and gaffing, splishing and splashing, you know? So, hey, whatever. Thank y'all so much for listening. I have a channel I do with my wife, Ryan, called Saffron Sapphics, which will be in the link in the description below. We do Let's Plays as well as host our podcast over there, so you can go over there and subscribe. I have a channel where I'm have some videos. I have some videos currently in the works. One that I'm very, very excited to do that I'm hoping to get up very soon. So, you know, go over there and subscribe for that. That'll also be down in the description below. I have a Patreon, so if you really like this podcast and you want to help support me live and keep doing the show, go down and subscribe and donate on Patreon. We got some bonus content coming out on there, as well as some other stuff. So go down there and donate if you can. And yeah, you know, thank you so much for listening. I hope to see y'all next week. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And most importantly, thanks for stopping by.